Hey guys, Captain Penguin back here, and welcome to part 2 of my showcase. Now, as I mentioned in this part, I am talking about this TARDIS interior, the 7th to 8th Doctor TARDIS interior. Let's start off with the building process, and then I'll get into everything else. So to start off, as you may notice, the bottom bit is comprised simply of two 8x8 base plates, and as you can see, it is held. For more stability, it is held in place by a simple 6x16 plate itself. Now, the back part, as you can tell, is also comprised of two 8x8 base plates, which of course themselves are held in by a 1x12, it's a 2x12 there, 1x12 piece, and on top you can just about, if you can just about see that, you have another 1x12 and a 1x4, which hold in place the top part of the girders, which I'll go into shortly. Anyway, that is the back and the base. And now shifting round to the front to explain the other bits. Now, as I mentioned, that 1x12 and 1x4 piece are of course holding together these girders, or the top part of these girders. Now, the girders themselves, as you can see on both sides, are made up of 1x8 pieces. So you've got one there, and you've got another one this side here. As you can see, they are of course attached to a 1x10 piece, which goes across the top here, and a another 1x4 piece. Although, if I do that, you can probably more or less see what I'm talking about. Anyway, both of those are of course held in place by two 1x2 flat pieces, like that. The top part of the girder, which if I do this, you can probably see, is made up of a 1x2 bobbly piece, as well as two standard 2x2 flat or regular pieces, 2x2 block pieces, as well as a 2x2 triangular piece for this part of the girder. The console itself, if you can see, going down from the top, we have three clear blue cylindrical pieces. These actually came out of the Agua de Vida Pirates of the Caribbean set, which was quite a nice set. Unfortunately, I'd have to take these pieces out of this set to rebuild that. But anyway, the console itself is comprised of no more than 8 pieces itself. At the side bits, the slanted bits here, as you can tell, they are the same piece as the end of the girder here, which are just simply 2x2 triangular pieces. For the front and back, or sides, of the control console, we have this little L-shaped piece here in the same shade of, or more or less the same shade of brown. You got those at the front and the back. And finally, for the bit underneath that, we have two 2x4 plates, which themselves sit on a standard 2x2 square piece. And finally, that of course is sat on a 2x2 circular piece. Now, enough about the pieces. And forgot to mention this bit here, the shelf here, made up of simple 2x4 piece with various knickknacks the Doctor has collected, And in the corner here, of course, we have the suit of armour, which is made from the Ghost Knight minifigure with the head changed and the hands. And as you can see, he's holding the Seventh Doctor's umbrella. Now, the figures themselves, as you can probably see, we have here an astronaut, which uses pieces from several different figures. It uses the head of the classic Draco Malfoy, but in flesh tone. The helmet is from the Lego police officer, from my Lego police station set. And the astronaut suit, as you can see, or at least the top part of it, the torso piece, is from the Lego Moonwalker they released a few years back now. And the Seventh Doctor himself is comprised of several minifigure pieces. Hands are standard flesh tone. His trousers, you can see that, his trousers are just, of course, basic tan colour there. The jumper, or jacket if you will, is actually a cardigan and shirt piece that was part of the Escape from Privet Drive set that was released around about 18 or so years ago. The head is of course that of the most up-to-date Hagrid, and the hair is none other than that of Dean Thomas. Anyway, that, with any luck, should complete my part 2, and if you're lucky, maybe just maybe pop up for part 3.